In this video, we will learn how to solve linear equations in one variable word problems. So, to solve linear equation word problems, we will apply all the techniques to solve a linear equation which we have learned in our previous video. So, while solving linear equation word problems, the main problem students struggle with, they find it difficult to convert word problem into an equation form. So to do this, we follow a strategy. You can also use other strategy but I will use these 6 points to solve a linear equation word problems. So first of all, read the problem carefully and determine what you are asked to find. Once you are able to determine what is asked in the problem, what we have to determine the problem, then next step is to assign a variable to that unknown value. Assign a variable that is we have to find, then write out the an equation according to given condition. Of course we would be given something and we are sum of something or product of something that would be equal to some value. So we will write an equation according to the given problem. Then we will solve the equation, which is of course an easy step we have learned in previous videos. Then we have to state the answer in terms of the problem. We have to write the answer in words. Let us suppose we have to find the number of people in the train. So if we have assigned the variable x to the number of people, then in final answer, instead of x is equal to 20, let us suppose we will write there are 20 people in the train. So instead of writing x is equal to 20, we will write there are 20 people in the train. Then check the result and make sure it is reasonable. What does it mean? Let us suppose if there are 20 people in the train and we get the answer 20.75 or 19.2, so it does not make sense. It must be a whole number. So now we will apply these steps to solve our word problems. Now we will solve different type of word problems. The first type is sum of quantities. What does it mean? These problems involve finding two individual quantities when their sum is known. Our first example deals with such type of word problems. So the first example is the Barcelona won 6 more games than the Madrid last year. Their combined wins were 30. Find the number of games won by each team last year. So what so first step is to determine what we have to find. We have to find the number of games. We have to find the number of games won by each team last year. So let us suppose what we have to find. We have to find number of games won by each team. So number of games won by Barcelona and number of games won by Madrid. Determine what is unknown or what we have to determine. We have to determine number of games won by each team last year. That is, we have to find number of games won by Barcelona, number of games won by Madrid. The next step is to assign a variable to unknown. So our unknown is number of games won by Barcelona and number of games won by Madrid. So let us suppose x is equal to number of games won by Madrid. Similarly, then what would be the now what the problem says? The problem says the Barcelona won 6 more games than the Madrid. That is, Barcelona won 6 more games than Madrid. If x number of games won by Madrid then the number of games won by Barcelona are 6 more, that is x plus 6. 6 more games than Madrid. X plus 6 is equal to number of games won by Barcelona. So now now next step is to form the equation. So the our problem says their combined wins were 30. That is number of games won by Madrid and the number of games won by Barcelona. Their sum is 30. That is the total games they have won are 30. That is x. That is the number of games won by Madrid and the number of games x plus 6. That is the number of games won by Barcelona. Their total sum, that is total games won, are 30. So we have now formed an equation. X plus s plus 6 is equal to 30 is the equation. X number of games won by Madrid, x plus 6 number of games won by Barcelona, and their sum, that is total games they have won, are 30. So now we have to, so the next step is to solve this equation. We'll combine the like terms on one side of the equation and simplify them. X plus x would be 2x plus 6 is equal to 30. Now since we have to isolate x on one side of the equation, so we will move this constant value to the right hand side. So 2x is equal to 30, and when we will move x to the right hand side, its symbol from plus changes to minus. So 2x is equal to 30 minus 6 is equal to 24. So since we have to isolate x on the left hand side, we will divide 2 on the both sides. Since 2 divides 2, we will left with x, and 2 ones are 2, 2 twelves are 24. So x is 12. Now we got x is 12. What were x? X were number of games won by Barcelona. So if we left the answer with x is equal to 12, we will not get full marks. So we have to write our problem in words. That was our last step. So x is equal to 12. What were x? X the number of games won by Madrid. So we will write number of games won by Madrid are 12. And now what about Barcelona? Since Barcelona won six more games than the Madrid, so 12 plus 6 is 18. And and number of games won by Barcelona are 12 plus 6 is 18. Again, let's look at the problem. Since since 12 games are won by Madrid, then the 12 plus 6 games are won by Barcelona. That is 12 plus 6 is equal to 18 games are won by Barcelona. Know that while solving the problem, we have assigned a variable to the number of games won by Madrid x, while we have wrote the number of games won by Barcelona in terms of the variable x. But we can also assign a variable to the number of games won by Barcelona and write that variable in terms of the number of games won by Madrid. Now we assign a variable x to the number of games won by the Barcelona. That is, let x is equal to number of games won by Barcelona, and write this and write the number of games won by Madrid in terms of the number of games won by Barcelona. Now how? Since Now, if we read the problem says the Barcelona won 8 more games than the Madrid. S- Since we have supposed Barcelona won X games, and we can and Barcelona won 6 more games than the Madrid last year. It means Madrid have won 6 less games than the Barcelona. We can also say Madrid have won 6 less games than the Barcelona. So we can write, since X are the number of games won by the Barcelona, so we can say that X minus 6 are the number of games won by the Madrid. So now, according to the problem, their combined wins are 30. So x plus x minus 6 is equal to 30. Now we will simplify the problem by following the similar procedure as we have already done. So x plus x is equal to 2x 30. We will move 6 to the right hand side. 30 plus 6, 2x is equal to 36. So x would be equal to 18. That is, these are the number of games won by the Barcelona. So number of games won by Barcelona are 18. And what about Madrid? Since Madrid have won 6 lesser games than Barcelona, so number of games won by won by Madrid are 18 minus 6, that are 12. Now let's solve another linear equation word problem. There are 3 girls in a family: Jessica, Jennifer, and Ashley. Ashley is 2 years older than Jessica. Jennifer is 3 years younger than Jessica, and their combined age is 32. Find the age of each girl. So now, first step is to determine what is we have to determine. We have to find the age of each girl. So what is our unknown value? Unknown value is to find the age of each girl. So we have to determine 3 quantities or 3 unknowns, that is age of the 3 girls. So what we have to find? We have to find the age of Jessica, age of Ashley, and age of Jennifer. So to whom should we assign a variable and write the ages of other in terms of that variable? Here is a little trick. Note that Ashley is 2 years younger than Jessica. Jennifer is 3 years. Sorry, Ashley is 2 years older than Jessica. Jennifer is 3 years younger than Jessica. Note that both the ages of Ashley and Jennifer are given in terms of Jessica. So if we assign a variable to Jessica, we can write the ages of Ashley and Jennifer in terms of the ages of Jessica. So we assign a variable to the age of Jessica. Let the age of Jessica be X. Then what would be the age of Ashley? The age the Ashley is 2 year older than Jessica. Since she is 2 year older than Jessica, then her age would be X plus 2. Plus 2 means more. Plus means more. Plus 2 means older than 2, more than 2. Similarly, the age of Jennifer is less than 3 years than Janica. That is 3 years younger than Jessica. Since the age of Jessica is X, so minus means less than 3. We can say less than or younger than Jessica by how much? By 3 years. So if the age of Jessica is X, then the age of Ashley is X plus 2 and age of Jennifer is X minus 3. So now we have to write their ages. So now we have to form an equation. So to form the equation, what is given? Given it is given that their combined age is 32. That is age of Ashley, that is X, age of Jessica X, age of Ashley X plus 2, and age of Jennifer X minus 3. If we combine all these ages, we will get 32. So we write this in the form of equation. That is age X, age of Jessica plus age of Ashley, that is X plus 2, and the age of Jennifer, that is X minus 3. Their combined ages are 32. So now we have to determine what are the ages of the individuals, that is Jessica, Ashley, and Jennifer. So first step is to simplify the equation. Simplify the like terms on each side of the variable. 1 plus 1 plus 1, so there are 3x, so we got 3x plus 2 is equal to 32. Now we have to isolate x on the one side of the equation. To do this, we will move 2 on the right hand side of the equation, and we will get 3x is equal to 32 minus 2. So 3x is equal to 30. So if we divide 3 by the both sides, we will get x is equal to 10. So the age of Jessica is 10. Age of Jessica is 10 years. Now, what are the ages of the Ashley and Jennifer? Since Ashley is 2 years older than Jessica, then her age would be 10 plus 2, that is 12 years. So, age of Ashley is 12 years, while the Jennifer is 3 years younger than the Jessica. So, the age of Jennifer is 10 minus 3, that is 7 years. So what we have got the age of what we have got the age of Jessica is 10 years. So the age of Ashley is 10 plus 2, which is equal to 12 years, and the age of Jennifer is 12 minus 10 minus 3, which is equal to 7 years. Now let's solve another type of linear equation word problem, that is consecutive integer problems. So what are consecutive integers? When two integers differ by one, they are called consecutive integers. For example, if one integer is 10, then another consecutive integer would be it's 11. If one integer is 32, then the other consecutive integer is 33. That is, if one integer is x, then the other integer would be x plus 1. If we can also say that if one integer is x minus 1, then the next integer would be x. So these all integers are consecutive integers. So now we learn if how to solve the consecutive integer problems. Two pages that face each other in a pamphlet have 37 as the sum of the page numbers. What are the page numbers? Let us suppose the page numbers on a book that are facing each other are consecutive integers. Why? Because let us suppose if the number of this page is 15, then the page facing then the number of page facing this page would be 16. So clear, these two numbers are consecutive integers. So it says two pages that face each other in a pamphlet have 37 as the sum of the page number. What are the page number? First step while solving word problem is to determine what is we have to find. We have to find the page numbers. So page numbers that are facing each other. Let us assign a variable to the page number 1 page. Let x is equal to let x is equal to number of first page. Then since the other integer is consecutive, then we can write it. Then we can write x plus 1 as the number of second page. So it says their sum is 37. Now we write it in equation. If one number is x, then its sum, then its x plus 1 is 37. So we simplify it. X plus 1 is 2x, and we will move 1 to the other side to isolate x on the one side, and its symbol would changes to minus. So 2x is equal to 31 minus 1 is 15. Sorry, it's 30. So when we divide 2 to the both sides, we get x is equal to 15. So the page number of the first page is 15. Page number of first page is 15. So the page number of the second page would be 16. That is 15 plus 1 is equal to 16. Now we will learn how to solve the mixture problems. These problems involve mixing two or more substances and then finding the sum unknown. We will start learning these type of problems by solving a very simple type of mixture problem. A chemist has 20 liters of or 20% of acid solution. How much pure acid is in the solution? Now this is a very simple problem, and this problem does not need to introduce any variable. uh, a chemist let's solve it. A chemist has 20 liters of a 20% of solution. What does it mean? A chemist has a solution of which 20% is pure acid. So it says how much pure acid is in the solution. So since total amount of solution is 20 liters, and of which 20% is acid. So to get the amount of pure acid, we will multiply by 20%. So we can write 20% in the decimal form as 0.20. So when we multiply 20 by 0.20, we will get 4 liters. So the pure amount of acid in the solution is 4 liters. So 4 liter is the pure acid in the solution. So it was a very easy and basic problem, mixture problem. Now we move to the more complicated problems. For her birthday party, Tima mixed together 2 liters of Joy fruit punch and 10 liters of Babe's fruit punch. Joy's fruit punch contains 20% of fruit juice while Babe's contains 30%. What is the percentage of fruit juice in the mixture? Now this problem is again simple and easy problem, and we do not need to introduce any variables in it. However, what we need to find in this problem is the percentage of fruit juice in the mixture. So to find the percentage, we find how we find percentage. We find percentage by what is we looking for divided by total amount. Like for example, while finding the percentage of Mars, we find the percentage by obtained Mars over total Mars multiplied by 100. So here, for finding the percentage, how we will find? We will find the percentage by the we find the percentage by the amount we are looking for over the total amount and then multiply it by 100 to get the percentage. So how we will find the percentage? We will find the percentage by the fruit juice over over total amount. So what is the total amount of juice? For her birthday party, Tima mixed together 2 liters of Joyce fruit punch and 10 liters of base fruit punch. 2 liters of Joyce fruit punch and 10 liters of base fruit punch, so it makes total 12. So total amount is 12 liters. Now what is the amount of pure fruit juice? For this, there were 2 liters of Joyce fruit juice and 10 liters of base fruit punch. Now, Joyce fruit punch contains 10% fruit juice, 10% fruit, 20% of fruit juice, while the base contains 30% of the fruit juice. Now, what is the 20% of 2 liters? To find it, we will multiply 2 by 0.2. And what is the 30% of 10 liters? We will multiply 10 by 0.3. So 2 times 0.2 is 0.4 liters and 10 times 0.3 is 3 liters. So total amount of pure juice is 3.4 liters. Is 3.4 liters. So when divide 3.4 by 12, we will get 0.28, so which is equal to 20. When we multiply it by 100, we will get it in percentage, that is 28%. So 28% is the percentage of fruit juice in the mixture. Now we solve a more complicated problem involving introducing variables. A metallurgist needs to make 10 milligram of alloy containing 82% silver. She is going to melt and combine one metal that is 22% silver with another metal that is 88% silver. How much of each should she use? So first of all, what is an alloy? An alloy is a metal that is formed by mixing two metallic elements. So what is we have asked to find how much of each should she use. What does she needs to make? She needs to make 10 milligram of alloy containing 82% silver. She is going to melt and combine one metal that is 22% silver with another metal that is 88% silver. Let us suppose let us suppose I am just giving another example of number to make it understand better. Let us suppose I want to make a number 10 using two numbers. So if I suppose one number as 6, then other number would be 4. Another way is, let us suppose I needs to make number 10. If one number is 6, then we can say that the number is not noun or other number is x. So how we will find this number x? We will find this x by subtracting 10 from the other number. So x is equal to 10 minus 6 is equal to 4. Now I need 10 milligram of alloy. So let us suppose and it contains two metal. And if I suppose one metal is x, then what would be the other metal? Similarly, I will subtract uh, x from 10 to get the other metal, that is 10 minus x. This is the way we can get another metal. If I suppose one metal is x, then other would be 10 minus x. So using this technique, I suppose the two metals as one metal, that is 22% silver, is x, then the other metal would be 10 minus x, that is 88% of silver. So let let x is a metal that is that is 28% of silver, while then the other metal would be 10 minus x metal, that is 88% of 8% of silver. So these two metals x and 10 minus x would add up to give us 10 mg of alloy containing 2% silver, that is x plus 10 minus x would add up to give us 10 milligram of silver. But it does not tell us how much percent of x. Our given question says 28% of metal x, but here we have not mentioned 28%. Here again we have not mentioned 88%. So our this equation is incomplete. So we also have to mention the percentages of the metals. That is 0.28 percentage of x plus 0.88 means 0.8 percentage of 10 minus x, and it makes 82% of silver, that is 88%, that is 0.88 times 10 mg of silver. So this is now our equation which we will solve to get the amounts of the metals. So 0.28 plus 0.88 times 10 would be equal to 8.8, and 0.88 times x would be equal to 0.88x, and 0.88 times 10 is equal to, sorry, it's 82, which is equal to 8.2. Now we will isolate x on the one side of the equation. We will simplify 0.28x minus 0.88x. It would give us 0 minus 0.6x. We want to isolate a non-value on one side, so we will move plus 8.8 on the other side of the equation. So 8.2 minus 8.8, so it would give us minus 0.6. We will divide 0 minus 0.6 on the both sides of the equation, and we will get x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1 milligram. So she should use 1 milligram of metal that contains 28 percentage of silver, and the other metal should be 10 minus x, that is 10 minus 1, so 9 other metal should be 9 milligram of metal, that is 88% of silver. Now let's solve motion problems. These problems involve distance formula, that is distance is equal to rate multiplied by time. So what is rate? Rate is actually the speed of an object. Let us suppose a car moves at a speed of 60 miles per hour for 2 hours. Then the distance covered by the car would be 60 times 2 is equal to 120 miles. So this is simply a distance formula. Distance is equal to rate multiplied by time. So now we solve some problems related to the distance formula. Shannon left the science fair and traveled toward the recycling plant. Amanda left 1 hour later, traveling 22 miles per hour faster in an effort to catch up to her. After 2 hours of traveling, Amanda finally caught up. What was Shannon's average speed? What was Shannon's average speed? So note that both the Shannon and the Amanda have to reach at the same point, and they started at the same point. So distance traveled by both Amanda and Shannon are same. That is differ distance traveled by Shannon and the distance traveled by the Amanda are same. Now Amanda left 1 hour later, traveling 22 miles per hour faster in an effort to catch up to her. After 2 hours of traveling, Amanda finally caught up. Since Amanda left 1 hour later and she caught the Shannon after 2 hours of traveling, it means that distance traveled by the time taken to uh, reach the recycling plant is time taken by the Shannon to reach the recycling plant is 3 hours, while the time taken by the Amanda to reach the recycling plant is 2 hours. Amanda was traveling at 22 miles per hour faster. So if if let x be the speed of the let x be the speed of let x be the speed of Shannon, then the speed of Ananda is 22 x plus 22. Why x plus 22? Because she was traveling 22 miles per hour faster than the Shannon speed, so which is equal to speed of Amanda. Now we will use the relation ds is equal to ds. Since they both travel equal distance, we know that distance traveled by Shannon would be equal to distance traveled by the Shannon would be equal to time multiplied by speed. We have already learned that time multiplied by speed. So time taken by the Shannon is 3 hours, while her speed was x. Similarly, distance traveled by n is equal to speed multiplied by time. So her time taken by her was 2 hours, while 2 hours, while the speed of the Aman, Amanda was x plus 22. So we simplify it to get the value to get the speed of both the Shannon and Anna. So 2 would be multiplied by these both two values. 2 times x is equal to 2x, and 2 times 22 is 44. In order to isolate the variable on one side of the equation, we will move 2x to the left hand side. So 3x minus 2x is equal to 44. So 3x minus 2x is equal to x is equal to 44 miles per hour. So the speed of Shannon is 44 miles per hour. Since speed of Shannon's is 44 miles per hour, so the speed of Amanda that was 22 miles per hour faster. So 44 plus 22 is 66 miles per hour.